The scammers are out today and they did not come to play. Y'all, we about to get into it, okay? We about to get into Fyre Festival. We're about to get into ADF, aka Deavere Foundation. We're about to get into Theranos, aka to me it sounds like Thanos, so I don't see how people didn't see the red flags. And of course, Mr. Tinder Swindler himself. We are talking about it all today. You know, I recently watched and rewatched some of the scammers that have just been intriguing to me, of interest to me. You know, it all started with Tinder Swindler, and then, you know, Inventing Anna came out, and then Inventing Anna made reference to Billy McFarland, the Fyre Festival dude. I was like, oh my gosh, let me go rewatch that because it was interesting. And then in the Hulu documentary, they mentioned Elizabeth Holmes. So I was like, now we gotta bring all of them onto the Daily Bread, and we gotta talk about them. Okay, obviously these are spoilers, so if you haven't watched any of them, don't make your problems my problems. Listen, this is spoiler central, so let's get into it. Okay, so I'm going to start talking about, I guess, the scam that I've found the most fascinating, which is the Fyre Festival / Billy McFarland scam. So the thing is with his scam is that he had, I think, the most, okay, maybe not the most, you know, but his idea was really cool. Like this idea that, you know, you gonna go into an island and just experience music. As a music lover, like, this was a really cool idea. But at the same time, I'm also really ashamed at my age group, at my generation, aka millennials, because this was just a beautiful concoction of, you know, what we as millennials expect. I don't know, I think it's because of the rise of social media, but now all of a sudden people want to be rich, people want to be famous, people want to be known, and people are doing whatever it takes to get these kind of lifestyles through obviously scamming and dishonest means. And my thing is, like, 7 billion people on the earth, guys. Like, not everybody's gonna be famous, not everybody's gonna be rich, not everybody's gonna do all these great things, but yet social media, I think, has us believing that we will. And I think our biggest problem as millennials is that we don't know how to take the L. And let me tell you something, you could quote me on this, is that, guys, something that will bring you peace of mind, in my opinion, is that taking the L will bring you peace of mind. Because sometimes you just gotta admit that, yo, I've lost, and it's okay. Because with this Billy guy, like, I don't know about you, but one of my biggest things is, I'm sorry, but this idea of, like, looking incompetent in front of people and not doing my job properly is a big no for me. I can go to work and underperform. Like, I'd rather not do it. You know what I mean? And this is why I just don't even apply for jobs or whatever that I'm not qualified in. Like, some of y'all are lying on your resumes. You're lying on your LinkedIns. And then when you are hired or set out to do the task, you can't do it. Could never be me. Could never be me. Could never be me. But anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to, I think if there was an evil scale, okay, that was like an evil barometer, the person that sits at the top is Elizabeth Holmes with her whole Thanos experimentation. You know, like, guys, first of all, the name is sus. Gotta think, gotta be woke, stay awake. But having watched the documentary with Elizabeth, I just was like, yo, First of all, what a toxic work environment. Like, I've had my fair share of toxic work environments, and let me tell you something, it's not cute. So I completely empathize with all of the people that worked in such an environment where you're scared for your life, where you could lose your job at any moment, where it's all top secrets and you're hit with NDAs and you're hit with, you can't speak badly of the company, and you can. Why are people like this? Why are people like this? And my thing is that she wasn't even like dealing with basic things. You know what I mean? Like, at least with Anna Delvey, with with Simon, with Billy, I think, let me not justify any of that, what they did, but I think Elizabeth's doings were affecting like normal people, normal citizens. Not to say that rich people deserve to be scammed, but I think rich people can assess the situation. They're not desperate. You know what I mean? Like, do I feel sorry for the people that Anna Delvey scammed? No. Do I feel sorry for the people that Billy McFarland scammed? No. Do I feel sorry for the people that Simon Leviev, whatever his name is, scammed? No. I don't feel sorry for them. I'm not saying that they aren't victims and that what happened isn't wrong. Dead wrong. It's dead wrong. But do I feel sorry for them? No. But the people in Elizabeth Holmes' situation, definitely I feel sorry for them, because it was just people who are trying to find out about their health, about their living situations, and make very important decisions based on medical information. And having been worked in clinical trials and all of that, I have no idea how this company existed for so long without any checks, without any of the clinical trial boards overseeing all of this. Like, it screams white privilege. But anyway, but I googled this morning, and she's being sentenced at the end of this year and faces up to 20 years in prison. Don't we love to see it? Also, Billy is sitting in prison making podcasts. It's the audacity for me. Okay, let's move on to Anna Delvey. First of all, I don't even understand how anyone could have fell for that German accent. What? Are you all right? Like, are you okay that you fell for such a atrocious German accent? There is one person in the Anna Delvey series on Netflix that was like, I kind of picked up a Russian accent there. That's a well-traveled man. That's a man who we know in. The rest of them. And also, hotels need to do a better job at not charging people at the end of their stays. Because this girl was staying in hotels for months on end. Make it make sense. How did this girl do this? Guys, that's the thing. I don't understand. Like, for me, rich people, I would like to believe, are very guarded about their monies. So how are you being scammed about your money? Huh? But at least with the Anna Delvey situation, it was just loans per se, and they had to go through a process. And also, guys, one thing you need to know about rich people, and that's both in the Anna Delvey situation and the Simon situation. Rich people usually, unless you're a celebrity, aren't on the streets of social media posting their lavish lives. And usually, unless you're a celebrity or you were born into wealth through people known who own these companies, Google, Facebook, whatever, usually they aren't on the streets of social media posting, bragging about those things, because, hey bro, why? But here we are. Here we have Anna Delvey boasting, bragging about her 60 million trust fund. Oh, my trust fund. Oh, my trust fund. One thing you need to understand about rich people, they don't speak. They do. They just do. If Anna Delvey was legitimate, she would have just done. Period. Just do. And I really didn't enjoy the series in that they made her seem like she's just this ambitious entrepreneur. And that's the thing about all of, except for Simon, and all of them, what do they have in common? Caucasity. They're entrepreneurs. They're brilliant. They're genius. They're scammers. They're scammers. They're sociopaths. Psychologically, the screws unscrewing. Like, what don't people understand about that? And at some point, you have to believe that the color of their skin allows them to get as far as they have. We have to admit that. Because ain't nobody giving black people 24 million to do the things. Ain't nobody giving millions for ideas, usually. So this charisma or this, no, it's white privilege. Let's not get it twisted. And then last of all, Mr. Simon. Out of all of these scammers, I think he stands alone in the sense that, personally, I think he was smart about the way he went on scamming, because no way you can't in the court of law prove that he forced you to take out loans in your name. And that's why you'll never see me taking out loans for the creatures of the internet. Never that. But I think Simon is the only person. That's why he only served 5 months in prison in his own country, because that's all they could charge him for was the fraudulent passports and everything. But everything else, Mans was smart, because he was also, he was in, Amsterdam, asking you for money. You're in London. You take out your loan in London, get sent for him in Amsterdam for him to go to Greece or Norway. Which jurisdiction is meant to charge him there? He thought about it, because jurisdiction-wise, it's so difficult, because he did his crimes everywhere. And also on top of that, ain't nobody force you, baby girls. Nobody is forcing you to send money. He sends a picture of Peter being beat up. Guys, what happened to video call? What happened to going to the police? What happened to thinking that if he has enemies and I'm his girlfriend, it means that those enemies are potentially after me, and therefore, let me break it off? No, you know why? Can I tell you why? It's because these girls saw themselves in that lifestyle. Can't tell me about love, please. I so believe it was not love. That chick that knew him for 1 month, it wasn't love. It's the fact that she saw herself in this particular lifestyle. Because let me tell you something. Had it been Usipho, Jabulani Tom, Utik no Harry, normal homies asking for $250,000 in loans, you would think twice. But because you were on private jets, you were in the Mandarin 4 seasons, you were living the high life, and you didn't want to lose out. So please don't tell me it was love. I refuse to believe that. But yeah, guys, anyway, those are my thoughts, my final takes on each of them. Do they all deserve to be in jail? Absolutely. I think the most difficult person would be Simon, to get him in jail for the longest time. But everybody else deserves their time. And then after that, like, guys, we don't need to continue to support these people by watching their shows. And I heard there's a show coming out on Elizabeth Holmes, which means money is going to her. Anna Delvey is getting another deal to explain life after prison. But also, here's an interesting thought. After a person has served their time, this is something I struggle with. After a person has served their time, do we justify that they shouldn't be collecting bags off of their past life? Or I don't know. It's a very tricky situation. I'm gonna need y'all to let me know in the comments below. What are your thoughts on all of these scammers? And maybe y'all can give me insight into why these scammers were so successful, because personally, I don't get it. But yeah, guys, that's it from me, and see you in the next video. Bye.